Adrian, you ready? You said we're good? Cool. Okay. Morning, everyone. Morning. That was weak. Morning, everyone. All right, cool. That's better. Cool. So we're missing like 2/3 of our crowd. I'm assuming they didn't die, but we're just going to assume that they're not going to be here right now. So we just want to get this kicked off. Thank you for joining us. Normally, I do presentation slideshows, I got slides, and I don't have notes written down, but I did not want to forget anything that I wanted to say, because frankly, this is probably going to turn into just a tearjerker thank you session, because there's so many people to thank that helped us get here. But before we dive into all that, I wanted to discuss the why we're here, why we did ANYCon, and what we're hoping to accomplish. And so really, the whole reason why we're here is to kind of point a flag in Albany and say, we have a good, strong, growing cybersecurity community in this area, and we want to make it better. You know, we want it to foster it and continue to have it grow. And there's a lot of cool, interesting reasons why the Northeast, and especially Albany, is a great place for cybersecurity and for cyber, which we'll dive into. And above all else, you know, we just want to have fun. You know, I mean, this is not a corporate event. You know, we want you guys to learn and meet new people and make new contacts, but have fun. You know, we got the hardware village, we got the ping pong tournament, the capture the flag. We got some awesome talks lined up. So, you know, as long as you guys have fun, I'll be happy. So one other quick thing is, you know, this is the first year con. There were definitely challenges getting here. We will definitely have some hiccups along the way, so just bear with us. You know, if you think about it, you know, other places, their first opening, I like to think about Jurassic Park. You know, on their first day, terrible, like people getting eaten. So as long as nobody's getting eaten, then, you know, we're like ahead of the curve. So have fun, but just bear with us. You know, I know a couple talks, a speaker or two already said they can't make it, so just bear with us as we work through issues like that. Cool? And also, we definitely plan on this being an annual thing. And so, on that note, we want your feedback. You know, you guys are the ones that are really making this con. It's the folks that show up. It's the community. So we've already created a feedback form, which we'll post right after the kickoff via Twitter or put on the website. We want your feedback. We want to know what you guys want to see that would make the conference better, more fun, more engaging, whatever. But we want to hear from you guys, so definitely let us know. All right, so now to the thank you session. So you know, we were the ones that kicked us off and organized this. You know, I'm only one of, you know, probably 50 people that helped organize this. And they all took a vote and decided that since I'm the most attractive, that I should be the one giving the kickoff. So that's why I'm here. But this was not something that I did by myself. I could not have done it without the help of so many people. So first, I do want to thank my beautiful wife in the back, who allows me to do all these crazy things. Thanks, babe. It was super helpful. This would not have happened without her. I want to thank my family and my mom, who's actually here as well. So, thanks, Mom. I appreciate the first book on C you bought me, and the first time you let me buy Hacking Exposed. Appreciate it. I definitely need to thank all the folks at the Albany Capitol Center. Those guys were great, super helpful. They realized that it was going to be annoying working with us for the first year because we didn't know what we didn't know, and, you know, there was going to be a bunch of hiccups, but they were great. So Amelia, Shannon, and I know I'm forgetting some people, but Annie, Jamie, thank you. That's what I'm forgetting. Yeah, all those folks were super great. Really appreciate it. All of the speakers who submitted, we have some freaking awesome talks lined up. Some of them I'm super excited for myself. Could not have a conference without the speakers, so definitely appreciate that. Everyone on my team, you guys are awesome. Love you guys. Definitely could not have done this without you guys. Just, you know, again, quick point. No one at the con is making money. Everyone here is of their, you know, own free will, giving their own personal time. You know, some folks kind of joined our team just because of the con. So I want to thank Mr. S, who helped with all the audio video. So I'd probably just be shouting right now if it weren't for him. Brian, Thanks, buddy. Ben, I'm glad you guys are here. Appreciate all your help. All the volunteers, we have a ton of volunteers too. So if they make themselves known that they're volunteers, make sure you give them a big hug, maybe a slap on the butt. But could not have done this without them. Okay, huge, massive thank you to these two folks over here, Bruce and Jen. So this is our hardware hacking village, and they have some awesome things lined up. You can learn how to solder over here. Ironically, I'm not quite sure why the Albany Capital Center was good with us doing that, but they were. So you can learn how to solder. And they have just a ton of their own gear. So in my opinion, these two are the epitome of what is awesome about the hacker community. They were super giving of their own time. They brought in tons of their own equipment. We literally could not have done this without them. So thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Jen. You guys are awesome. Make sure you spend a little bit of time with those two. They've got some awesome stuff planned. My buddy Brian, for all of your support, all of your cigar mentoring, I appreciate it. Very helpful. David Kennedy, who I don't know if he's here yet, but that's all right, for calling me up and begging me to do the keynote, which I, of course, said yes to. But I appreciate Dave. Dave's awesome. If you guys are not familiar with him, you will quickly become familiar. He's got a lot of cool things to say, so I definitely appreciate his time. Iron Geek, Adrian Crenshaw, who was also handling all of the video for the con. So all of these talks are being recorded and will be posted offline so that people can get the knowledge and get the sense for the con afterwards. So that is definitely upping it, and we definitely appreciate Adrian's help. There is somebody who couldn't make it today, Lori Couture, who worked with us for a while in organizing the event. She's a killer. Lori, wherever you are, I really appreciate your help. But yeah, she was super helpful. There was an event in Central New York, CNY Hackathon, who those folks were super awesome. We paid a visit to them. They're out in Utica. If you get a chance, I definitely recommend you go check out. Do we got some CNYers back here? Awesome. You guys were great. That was a phenomenal event. So again, that's one of the things we're hoping to do is solidify that community. We have such awesome folks and events and little pockets of cybersecurity from here out to Rochester and Buffalo, Utica, all that. So definitely thank those guys for showing up. And last but not least, all the attendees. Seriously, this would not, we wouldn't do this without all you folks. And again, you guys are the ones that are making this and ultimately driving this. So thank you all for showing up, and definitely give me your feedback and what you guys want to see in future events. And again, I'm glad you're here. So normally, I've been to a fair amount of conferences, and when they get to the point where they thank all the sponsors, I'm like, what's that Simpsons episode where there's like Pele with the bag of money? It's like, all right, praise your gods. But seriously, this con, we could not have afforded to do this con without the sponsors, so I have to thank our sponsors. They're truly sponsors in the most legitimate term. They said, we like the sound of it. It sounds cool. That is what we need in Albany. And so they supported us and allowed us to do this. So check out all the vendors, all the sponsors, but I have to call out a couple specifically. Over at Media, who was responsible for the programs, our logo, the badges, all that. Those guys are phenomenal, and they also dealt with our craziness in a very, very good way. So love those guys. Thanks over it. Nice Tech, our other adamantium sponsor, who again saw the vision and thought it was worth supporting in this area. So we could not have afforded it without those guys. So check those guys out. They're downstairs. Trusted Sec, Dave Kennedy's company. Also, they're clearly sponsoring with all their time and effort as well, on top of sponsoring. So again, super props to those guys. We love them. Twin State, who is out west in New York. Again, the conversations we had were absurd. We never met face to face, but their CEO was like, "We love what you're doing. We're so happy for it. Thank you," and they wanted to sponsor us. So the fact that we have companies like that who see the value in growing the cybersecurity community, I love it. It's super humbling. Gray Castle, who is right across the river. Any Great Castle folks in here? Too shy? Okay, that's fine. So Great Castle right across the river. Thank you so much to those guys for sponsoring as well. Paul Weekly and the Secure Digital Life guys. Are those guys in here? They're probably downstairs. So check out their booth. They're doing like hacker movie trivia and that kind of stuff. But those guys are super awesome, super helpful. So thank you, Paul and guys. B-Sides Rochester. Those guys are awesome, super supportive. Again, B-Sides Rochester, it's like a 2.5 hour drive from here. And they have an awesome event. Very, very good content, good folks. And it's right in our backyard, so definitely check out B-Sides Rochester. And Restore the Fourth, who is downstairs, I definitely recommend you guys check out them. All about the Fourth Amendment and all that. So cool guys, appreciate it. So couple quick notes on why Albany. Why Albany for a cybersecurity conference? And, clearly my perspective is biased. I live here. I live 2 blocks from here. But I love Albany. And we have a lot of great natural things that make this what I hope to be an epicenter for cybersecurity. Not the least of which is proximity. So if you look at the distance from New York City, Boston, Rhode Island, Rochester, Syracuse, all that, we're basically dead smack in the middle. And so we have awesome communities in all of those areas. But we're nice and centralized and, good affordable cost of living here. And one of the most interesting things, beyond the fact that we have awesome people here, we're constantly in the news for Albany being like one of the friendliest places in the country. But also we have something absurd like 30,000 students that leave schools that are right here in Albany every single year. And so where they go is, ultimately not really here. They go to New York or Boston, one of the major cities, and we want to see them stay here. We see awesome colleges, we see new colleges that are focused on cybersecurity, and we see the colleges in the area developing cybersecurity curriculum. And so we want to create opportunities for the folks that are leaving those schools that are right here at home and in their own backyard. So we have some cool announcements, but we hope to really foster that and grow that community in this area and give those folks a reason to stay and a place to go. And frankly, within Albany, there's just been a lot of recent awesome political change and buzz, and a lot of really good things happening there. I mean, this was, I think, a project in the making for something crazy, 10, 20 years or something like that, and they finally got it through. And we're here at this brand new Capitol Center, which is pretty awesome. So a lot of cool things. So kind of the true catalyst for why we wanted to have ANYCon now is from DerbyCon. So I wasn't really big into cons for a long time, and then my buddy convinced me to go to DerbyCon in Louisville, Kentucky, and we just had such a phenomenal time. The community there was so awesome and engaging and helpful. There were no attitudes, no BS. It was just a great conference, and I was, chatting with some friends. I was like, why can't we do that in Albany? Like, we have a great budding community. We have awesome folks. Like, why shouldn't we do that? And so again, we hope to really grow and foster this and turn this into a large event where people can come and be a part of the community. So I don't think I need to convince most of you why we should, why cybersecurity is a good field to get into. But, you look at one of our tracks, the education track, which is around combating the issues in educating people within cybersecurity. And we have so many open positions within cybersecurity. Some of the figures are somewhere around 1 million, and that by 2020 it's going to be maybe 1.5 million or greater open positions within cybersecurity. It's a well-paying field. It's an amazing, interesting, awesome field. I still can't believe that we get paid to break security, and it's just so interesting. It changes literally every single day. There's new threat actors, new vulnerabilities, new exploits, all that. It's such a cool, interesting field, and there's so much opportunity in it. So I definitely encourage parents and students who are looking for a good career path to push people towards cybersecurity. All right, so two closing thoughts, and then we'll call it. The first is a project that I am ridiculously excited to tell you guys about. So we have been talking about this concept for the last couple months of a cybersecurity-centric education hub. And so we've been spitballing a couple names for it. We were thinking maybe Cyber Hub. Where's Joe? Joe likes to call it Mr. Wizard's School for the Gifted. Where is he? Something like that. Yeah, so, that's an option. But really, it's to take the best elements of the community and create solutions for those problems related to the open positions. So everything from co-working, startup, incubator spaces that are cybersecurity specific, but also just a great place to go and learn, a hacker maker space that is cybersecurity focused, where we have recurring war games and recurring capture the flag competitions where people can go and learn and not worry about the cost of it. So we've got some awesome people and organizations interested in this right now who are willing to put resources and money behind it. We hope to do this in Albany. So hopefully by next year, when you guys join us again, we're having a different conversation and letting you know that it's open and kicked off and we're rocking and rolling. But if anyone has any interest in that whole ball of wax, it's a very nebulous idea right now because we haven't really gotten the wheels rolling yet. But if anyone has any interest in helping out with that or participating in any way, please reach out to me. We're going to post something again on Twitter and on our website. So please reach out to me. We're super excited about that. Last but not least, again, please bear with us with any specific challenges. Food this year, there's plenty of places around here. If it's not raining, I highly recommend that you walk across the street to the Capitol and go behind it. They have a bunch of food trucks. And there will be... What's up, Dave? All right, our keynote speaker's here. So those are good options for food, but there's, a pub. There's plenty of stuff over here on State Street. If you walk down to Pearl Street, which is down a block, you'll hit Pearl Street, and there's plenty of good food options there. That's it. Thank you again all for joining us, and thank you everyone that helped us get this started. We're going to take a 30-minute break but between the keynote, so go mingle, chat with the vendors, meet new folks, and meet us back up here for the keynote at 10. Thanks, guys. Go.